Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Rita's Book Club. On this episode, I'm reviewing When He Was Wicked by Julia Quinn. This is the sixth book of the Bridgerton series, and I've been so curious to know about Francesca's story after the few glimpses we saw of her in the last two books. I was ready for her story to be extremely hard to read, but I think it was the first time I actually cried with this series. In every life there is a turning point, a moment so tremendous, so sharp and breathtaking that no one knows one's life will never be the same. For Michael Sterling, London's most infamous rake, that moment came the first time he laid eyes on Francesca Bridgerton. After a lifetime of chasing women, of smiling slyly as they chased him, of allowing himself to be caught but never permitting his heart to become engaged, he took one look at Francesca and fell so fast and hard into love it was a wonder he managed to remain standing. Unfortunately for Michael, however, Francesca's surname was to remain Bridgerton for only a mere 36 hours longer. The occasion of their meeting was lamentably a supper celebrating her imminent wedding to his cousin. But that was then. Now Michael is the Earl, and Francesca is free, but still she thinks of him as nothing other than her dear friend and confidant. Michael dares not speak to her of his love until one dangerous night when she steps innocently into his arms and passion proves stronger than even the most wicked of secrets. I got to admit that this is probably one of my favorite books of this whole series. Francesca and Michael's story felt so hurtful and special that I was hooked from the very first chapters. These two were very unique individuals, and the development of their relationship was beautiful. The book actually starts with John's death, and it was so heartbreaking to read about Francesca and his cousin suffering through it. They were a tight knit trio, and I really appreciated the moments we got to read of them together to understand the dynamic they shared. I feel like that was such an important base to their journey, both as individuals and as a couple later on. Uh, they both loved John dearly, and his death affected them so deeply that it was really hard to see them go through their grief in the book. And after a couple of years, we see these two finally starting to live again separately, to accept that they have to move on with their lives, to live for John himself, and then they find each other once again. They were so explosive on the page. I was so obsessed with their chemistry and the little banter they shared, but also the respect they had for each other always. They had been friends for so long that it really felt like such a progression of their characters to find love with each other. Michael would always try to hide his feelings in order for Francesca to be happy no matter what. He wanted her love, of course, but he just wanted her to be happy. He tried to stay away, to heal his own grief, to always be supportive no matter what, because he would do everything for her, and it was truly beautiful to see. And Francesca, my sweet darling, she was such a strong female character, independent and intelligent. She went through a lot with John's death and the loss of their son. She was feeling guilty about moving on, but she desperately wanted more of life and she wanted to be a mother. And she found her happiness and love once again with Michael. She learned not to be afraid to demand what she wanted for herself, and I felt like that was so empowering for her character. Honestly, I really love these characters and this series. I love to see their crazy dynamics and how each and every single one of them felt. I like how they keep popping up in each other's story and act like a real family. I think this is a bit different from the series because with the series we are not seeing some of the characters once again, but in the books they are always present. I feel like this book was also a nod to Violet Bridgerton, and I love her deeply. She related a lot with Francesca and their losses, but it was so emotional to read their talks. Violet was always rooting for her kids' happiness, but she had a special spot dedicated to Francesca. I'm already reading the next book called It's in His Kiss, and I got to say that I'm definitely invested in Hyacinth's story with Gareth. As always, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at ritasbookclub for more content. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Happy readings!